Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the Apocalyptic Shadow for version 3.4 has just released, so of course you already know we have to go ahead and try it out with two of our newest DPSs, which have some of the most amazing animations in the game. Of course, those being both PHAINON as well as CASTORICE, who so far it feels like Hoyoverse are treating them as the two main characters of Amphoreus, but you know, I guess we can see why. When it comes to the teams we are going to be running, we will be putting Tribbie alongside our CASTORICE, alongside of course RMC as well, with Hyacine, who we picked up just recently in 3.3, and then also our PHAINON, who is our most recent pickup, as well as our two action advances, Sunday as well as Bronya, topping it off with a Robin. If you guys saw our Memory of Curse run, you know that our E0S0 PHAINON was not able to run sustainless, but hopefully in AS we will be able to. When it comes to the buffs, we are going to be picking up this buff. As much as I would love to take the first one, Neverwing does not count as the character in the first position, so we do not get this damage buff, whereas Neverwing does consume their own HP, so we will luckily be able to get this 40% damage buff, and then we will be taking the skill and ultimate damage buff for our PHAINON on the second half. So yeah, all limited characters here are E0S0, full character builds will be at the end, but with that being said, let's just hop right into it. Alright, well then, here we are on the first half with our good old CASTORICE team here. Now let's just go ahead and go through all of our techniques. It's always very satisfying when you can go through all three of your support's techniques before it goes to your main DPS. Actually, that's the case for PHAINON too, how lovely. Anyway, let's just go ahead and unleash all of our Neverwing's Breath here. It won't do too much damage. I mean, at least it will do a decent bit of the toughness bar, although even then it's not that much. Unfortunately, we do a decent amount of attack here. The problem is Ika and Hyacine attack quite a lot, but there's no wind weakness here, unfortunately, but there's nothing we can really do about that. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get Mems buff on our CASTORICE here. Now we just need, there we go, there's Tribbie's buff, and we also get our CASTORICE's ult here, which I'm going to pop before Hyacine even goes, because whenever we get Hyacine, that will generate a lot of charge for our, that will generate us a lot of new buds, so we want to make sure we can generate new bud before that, so that none of it goes to waste. Anyway, let's go ahead and unleash all of Neverwing's breaths here, and let's see, nice 558k, that takes out all of the targets on field, perfect. And now he spawns in more of these guys, and I know these guys are going to keep on respawning as well. Okay, because this guy has a little target on him, we are hopefully going to be able to target him specifically. Problem is, I'm not sure if we'll be able to take him out unless we get a Neverwing. Then again, I don't think these guys' HP pools are that insane. So I think if we just go ahead and use our CASTORICE's skill here, we should be able to take him out. Yep, there we go, perfect, that's him gone. So we get another turn, which will allow us to generate more new bud for our Neverwing, of course. How perfect. There we go. And then now let's go ahead and take everyone out. I think this should reduce his charges up there either to like 1 or 0. Let's see. Okay, never mind, 2. Question is, will we be able to get off another Neverwing? We will be able to get Hyacine's skill off here, as well as another CASTORICE skill probably. Do we get Hyacine's ult as well? Oh, you know what? With Hyacine's ult, this might actually be possible. Just go ahead and ult there. So we have 67% on our CASTORICE. She's about to get action forwarded by our RMC as well. Sorry, by Mem rather. And okay, let's take this guy out. Perfect. Let's pop out. Actually, if I popped our dragon there, I think I maybe could have gotten an extra turn on CASTORICE, where we could have taken out all of these guys and then saved the dragon's breath after Flame Reaver goes, because this way we just wasted generating some new bud and didn't get much damage out of it. So definitely, if we had just pressed our ult slightly earlier there, we could have actually, I think, made a pretty big optimization, but there's not much we can do about that now. Or maybe it won't matter in the long run. I mean, either way, we should be good for these 3,300, which of course is the goal. Because of course, if you get 3,300 on both sides, that's 6,600 total, which of course will get you all of the rewards. But you know, it's always nice to be able to get a bit of extra AV, so that if you mess up your second half a bit, you know, there's a bit of a saving grace there. Then again, we've got PHAINON on the second half, so we probably don't need any of that. Unfortunately, his weakness bar does just about survive, so we have to go through all of this again, unfortunately, which is not ideal, but what can you do, I suppose. You know what, yeah, we're just gonna skill here and go ahead and spawn in our Neverwing once again. If we take out the guy with the target, will our CASTORICE get an extra turn? Because of course Neverwing can't, because Neverwing is about to go boom. So I assume it will be Castor's, or maybe just nothing will happen. The answer is nothing. Oh, wait, this guy gets weakness broken anyway, so it doesn't even matter in the end. Okay, perfect. Now then, let's see how much damage we actually do to Flame Reaver. Let's see, are all of our buffs up first of all? Yes, they are. Also, that we do get the 40% damage increase from the buff for this APOC Shadow. Well, not rather the buff we selected for this half. And that's 916k. We will definitely take that, especially in single target, because, you know, Castor's strength is not single target, if we're being entirely honest. Let's just go ahead and use our Tribbie's ult so that we can first of all refresh our buffs, and then second of all get dance so that we consume less AV here. Use up all of our ults on our supports, and we can also use RMC skill here to generate a bit more new blood for our casters, thanks to the fact that, of course, we did get all of our skill points back after weakness breaking. If we go ahead and use our skill here, I think that should be enough to get a Neverwing. Never mind, slightly ambitious from me. Still 9% off. At least this skill will allow us to get it. And now we can go ahead and probably take out Flame Reaver before we even need to explode the dragon, to be honest. Which means, well, there we go. We're going to have a little bit of weakness bar left for this. Oh, wait, never mind. Okay, Neverwing just... It's cancelled that turn. Okay, that's not ideal. Well, I suppose we'll just go ahead and heal on Hyacine so that we can get the HP bar all the way back up. And, oh, you know what? Actually, we got an enhanced skill from Castor's here, which is actually quite nice for us. Oh, actually, maybe we should have trivialed this guy so that Flame Reaver would have spawned in more of his summons, which we could have taken out straight away. But, oh well, what can we do? Yeah, in fact, there's just minor adjustments we could, or not even which we could make, just minor things that I'm missing out on, which could have made this clear slightly quicker. But like I said, it might not even end up mattering that much in the long term. We will just have to go ahead and wait and see when the final results are in. I mean, so far we're doing well for ourselves. We haven't taken over 1600 AV yet, and we've already actually done a quarter of his health on the second half. So you know what? We are actually on track for a pretty decent clear here. Let's just go ahead and use our heal once again, generate a bit more new blood. Probably gonna have to wait for Cass's turn in order to get our our Neverwing actually up. Although us getting hit here would help. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Okay, well, just go ahead and use our skill and then spawn a Neverwing one more time, and then do as much damage as we can to these guys before Flame Reaver attacks us. We will actually get, Cassius will go soon anyway, because Mem is about to action forward us. Like so. There we go, perfect. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to take out... Oh, there's two guys with a target. Okay, that's unfortunate. If only Neverwing was still here, but what can we do? We are just going to have to waste that. I'm not 100% sure what this Flame Reaver's mechanics are. My guess is that the more of those guys with a target he consumes, the bigger the damage he deals. But if we take them out, then we get an extra turn and more damage. That's my understanding, although, you know, I'm not 100% sure on that. Let's go ahead and use our heal again on our Hyacine, and then use our ult on our MC. The question is, can we weakness break this guy before he spawns in more of his summons? We ult on Hyacine's turn, will allow us to conserve a bit more energy. Eco goes. Oh, actually, you know what? With this Tribbie ult, maybe we can actually pull it off. Wait, let's see. Tribbie ult will do a bit of quantum break here, and it should action forward us ahead of Flame Reaver, like so. And there we go. We have managed to break Flame Reaver basically now. Will we... Okay, unfortunately we weren't able to spawn in a Neverwing before we got our energy back, so we can't get back-to-back Neverwings, but it will be pretty damn close anyway. So this is looking like it's going to be about a 3,500 clear. Once again, we have all of our buffs, 100 crit to 250 crit damage on our Neverwing. You'll love to see it. Okay, now then let's see how much damage we do here. And again, 900k. We get an action forward on our cast as well. It would have been really nice if we could have got that action forward in before our Neverwing went. That way we could have got the enhanced skill and then the Neverwing in order to take out Flame Reaver even quicker. But this should be a 3,500 clear either way, so it won't really matter all that much in the long term. I suppose let's just go ahead and use our ult on Hyacine as well. Just chip in a little bit of extra damage as well. You know, we could spawn in a Neverwing on Neverwing we want, but I don't think that's even going to end up being necessary. 1% left. You know what? Let's just heal up our Mem so that this way we can finish it off in style with a Castor's skill. just like so. And there we go. We got a score of, okay, just short of 3,500, unfortunately. We almost definitely could have got it there. Just needed some minor improvements. So yeah, I'd say 3,500 is, I mean, we're like 14 off, and we definitely could have got it if some things went slightly more our way. But oh well, what can you do? Still a pretty decent score. Of that being said, let's see how our Phainon does on the second half. Alright, and here we are with our Phainon team. No sustain needed up against the Doomsday Beast. Let's just go ahead and use up all of our techniques here. And now then, what we want to do is, okay, Robin gets to go first thanks to Von Whack, which is very useful here. We're just going to use our skill, and we should get our ult soon. Okay, because the Doomsday Beast just attacked, that means we do actually get our Sunday's ult straight away, which means even before we take Sunday's, use Sunday's skill, we're just going to use his ult. First of all, conserves a bit of energy for us, and it also means that his ult basically lasts for 1 turn longer, which is very nice. Then, okay, we go ahead and use our Phainon here. Okay, you know what, the Quantum one's there. I'm just gonna go ahead and whack that. Nice 100k, you know, not the craziest damage, but I mean, it will stack up over time. We also get the extra +1 here from Bronya's ultimate, which means we can use Phainon's skill here, and then we'll get the ult. But because of course we do want Robin's buff as well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly ult on Robin, and then also on Phainon. These should still count. Phainon should still be able to keep all of the buffs that he got from Bronya, because of course Bronya's buffs only last for 1 turn, but you should be able to keep him. And as you can see, 7.1k attack. We also have the 66 damage increase from Bronya. I'm pretty sure that's her skill. Yep, that is perfect. So yeah, we have all of our buffs up. As you can see, 7,100 attack, 100 crave, 438 crit damage, like 139 no, it's like 136 speed. Absolutely insane. Oh my god, how much damage are we doing before this guy's weakness is even broken? Hello? Am I seeing that right? Wait. Okay, let's see. Let's use 61%, and it goes down to... okay. We're dealing about 20 to 30% of this guy's HP bar before he's even weakness broken. That is absolutely insane. I don't know what we even think about that. I would use our basic attack there, but I'm not sure that would kill. So I think we're just going to go ahead and use this again, and we hit 3.1 million. Now, of course, it's APOC Shadow, so these numbers are inflated, but that's still crazy to look at. I think... Okay, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to use our E yet. Also, I need to mention, I know we get a skill buff from this APOC Shadow, and we also get the skill and ult buff from the buffs we picked. I'm not my prediction would be that the Q is basic, the W is skill, and that the E counts as an ult. Or maybe the W counts as an ult and the E counts as a skill, or maybe they both count as a skill. I'm not too sure. Anyway, we used our W there just to make sure we didn't get any major attacks here. Are all of our buffs up? Okay, all of our buffs are still up, and we actually get even more from exiting the form. So, you know what? Let's just go ahead, use our E to chip in a little bit more damage. 456k there, very nice. And then we go ahead and just ult again, since we already have all of the buffs up. Let's just double check. Yep, we've got like 155 speed, 100 crit rate, 7.8k attack this time, 438, because of course Phainon does give you some buffs when he exits his ult, including speed, attack, stuff like that. So yeah, or at least I'm pretty sure, otherwise I don't know where those came from. Let's see, from 61% HP to 42, 19 before even breaking the weakness is absolutely insane. Unfortunately, this thing just about survived. If it didn't, we actually could have cleared this even quicker, I'm pretty sure. But I think everything should go out in this last E. And okay, yep, another 3.3 million. Casually dealing over 3 million to get a score of 7,183. We nearly cleared in 3,700 there. We basically did. We are so close to the 7,200 clear. We got so close to 3,700 here, so close to 3,500 there. Yeah, this is just absolutely insane. I have no clue what to say. I have never cleared this fast in APOC Shadow, and honestly, you know what, because we cleared so quickly here, I'm curious how quickly we'd clear the first half. So you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do a first half clear with our Phainon, since we have some spare time. Alright, and here we are on the first half with our good old Phainon team. As you can see, I got a score of 67. That's because I couldn't ult for some reason. I thought I would have gone 12 stacks, but I didn't for some reason, so just gotta be on the lookout for that. Okay, we do get hit here by the Flame Reaver, which will give us some nice more stacks. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe I didn't get targeted originally, because of course PHAINON gets his stack from attacking as well as being targeted by allies, but then also targeted by enemies counts, I'm pretty sure. So if it counts as targeting him, then it will count as a stack. We should get 2 here from bronya, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, wait. What do we just get? 1? Okay, no, allies is just 1. And then because the ult also targets him, that's another 1. And now once again we get to skill on our PHAINON, get our ult, use our Robin ult, then our PHAINON ult. And now let's see. Okay, I will be honest, Doomsday Beast is definitely an easier boss than Flame Reaver, so let's see if we were only able to hit that hard because of the fact that it was good old Doomsday Beast instead of Flame Reaver. You know, these are bosses which came out like 2 years apart basically. Once again, we do have all of our buffs, so hello again to 7.1k attack as well as 100 crit rate and then 400 something crit damage. Okay, we've already done like nearly 30% of his HP bar. Now, of course, we can't target the Flame Reaver, but that's okay. Let's just go ahead and take out all of these guys. You know what? Because there's 4 targets against us, I think it's best to use his W here. I think if there's like 2 or 3, then you use his blast. But then if it's more than that, I think you go ahead and use the W, or at least that's what makes sense to me. Now let's go ahead and use his skill. Okay, 1 survived. Unfortunately, not much we can do about that. Okay, also the guy with the target did unfortunately be able to survive, although another one did spawn in, so if we just use our basic here, okay, that takes him out, perfect. So we can go ahead and use our skill as well. I doubt anything will survive this. Let's see, and nope, 1 somehow survived. Okay, that's pretty goofy, but what can we do about that? We can go ahead and use our skill twice. Okay, unfortunately, we weren't able to weakness break and he spawned his things in anyway, but I think this should weakness break him either way because we should take out... Okay, never mind, he still has just a bit of his weakness bar left. Let's just go ahead and use our W. Or maybe I should have targeted the guy with the target, although I hope this will still take him out. If not, then we can just rely on that final hit there to do it. Okay, yeah, never mind. Oh, never mind. Okay, he does get weakness broken, so let's see. How much does the final hit do? Okay, it just... Wait, was that 1.9 million or 19 million? What the heck was that? We are once... By the way, we ult straight away, so we're back to 7.8k attack because we do get the buffs once he exits his form again. But did I see that correctly? Did Flame Reaver's HP bar just get deleted? Also, we just did 35% of his HP bar there in one go. PHAINON's sustainless damage in APOC Shadow is absolutely insane. What is this? Now, for those of you guys who have seen this, you know, you might be thinking, wow, this PHAINON is so busted. But I used PHAINON in Memory of Chaos, and I wasn't able to run him sustainless because we just kept dying. Our PHAINON couldn't kill stuff quick enough, so we weren't able to run sustainless, so we had to use Aventrine. Granted, with Aventrine, he still got a very good clear of 3 cycles, and that's using a sustain. He'd average around 3 to 4, and then, you know, if we got decent RNG, we'd be able to get 3 cycles, which with a sustain is pretty damn impressive, but it's not like game-breaking. But what we're seeing here right now in APOC Shadow is game-breaking. This, of course, this is probably made to favor him quite a bit, but I don't think I've ever seen a character clear both sides this quickly in APOC Shadow since like forever. This guy might be the most insane APOC Shadow character I've ever seen, because I feel like APOC Shadow makes it easier to run sustainless because although the enemies will do damage to you, they won't do as much. And then also, I just feel like it's slightly easier to restart in APOC Shadow, and then also you get the buffs as well, which you don't really get in Memory of Chaos the same way. So, yeah, in my humble opinion, this guy might be the best APOC Shadow character. Okay, 821k there as well. And this time we clear in nearly 1600. So the first time around we cleared in nearly 1700 on the second half. And then on the first half, we cleared in nearly 1600. We did 1.9 million to absolutely delete Flame Reaver's HP bar. It was absolutely insane. Yeah, this guy is an absolute beast in APOC Shadow. With that being said, let's move on to some final thoughts as well as the character builds and outro. Well then, as you guys can see, this APOC Shadow was quite the breeze for us, but that's mostly thanks to how much of an insane performance PHAINON had. I have not seen a character get that insane of a performance in APOC Shadow since like Fei Xiao released, probably back when APOC Shadow wasn't as difficult, but now, I mean, PHAINON just made it look like a joke. When it comes to our builds real quick, let's just hop quickly over to CASTORICE first. Just scroll right past it, there we go. 7.6k HP, 87 speed, so we do get the Poet set, 58 crit rate, which becomes exactly 100 when you factor in the 32 from Poet as well as 10 from RMC. 188 crit damage will of course go up from the Bone set as well as RMC's buffs. Other than that, Himiko Light Cone, because it has 1164 base HP, which is the most I have on any Light Cone on my account. Trace is maxed out other than the basic attack, like I said. Poet set, double crit, only crit damage, but that's fine because we don't have a cap. Crit damage, crit rate, HP with double crit, HP with crit rate, and then HP with double crit again. For Eidolons, E0 as well. Like I said, all limited characters here are E0S0. For Tribbie, 88 speed, so once again Poet, 54 crit rate, 164 crit damage will go up thanks to RMC, Poet as well as Bone set. S5, dance. Trace is maxed out other than the basic attack. Double crit, basically what was left over from our casters if we're being honest. And then once again E0. When it comes to our RMC, 166 speed, 233 crit damage, as well as 124 ERR. S4, Victory in a Blink traces. Memo Sprite skills maxed out, other than that have a little bit more work to do, but it's not that much of an urgent matter right now. Relics, 2p speed, so that we can hit that 160 plus as well. Also on the Pentagon set for the 5% extra ERR, even though the secondary effect doesn't help us out. E6 of course as well. Then for our Hyacine, 201 speed, 4.9k HP, as well as Light Cones, S5 on the Hard to Store Light Cone traces. Missing an effect res trace, but then as a basic attack, but other than that it's maxed out. Once again 2p speed because I don't have a good warrior goddess set yet that I want to give her. Also on the giant tree plenum set, where we do actually have decent pieces luckily, and then once again E0. Then when it comes to the man who was basically the MVP today, 2.5k attack on Phainon, but of course this goes up between like around 5.8 to 7.1k, depending on what's going on in the team. 82 crit rate, so we do end up with slightly over 100, but you know, the main thing is just getting to 100, and then 172 crit damage, you know, any bonus crit damage is nice. S5 full of an Eon, traces fully maxed out, relics on the brand new set here, double crit, speed with double crit. Unfortunately, this is like the crit rate body piece of absolute doom. Attack boots, because we have the E2 bronya, so we don't need to run speed boots. As long as we get about 113, then we are fine. And then we also need him to be faster than both our Sunday, and our bronya, and then also crit damage here. And then once again Ruto and Torino with physical, speed and double crit, and then attack rope with speed and double crit. Luckily these are all the pieces, so we do actually have decent pieces of them, as well as E0. For our bronya, it's 134 speed, 191 crit damage. On her own Light Cone traces mostly maxed out. Then also on Sacrados, of course, because that will also give us some extra crit damage as well, which is very nice. Speed and crit damage wherever we can to make sure we hit the speed tuning. E3 as well. Sunday, 135 speed, 240 crit damage, 144 ERR. Once again, Bronya Light Cone, relics, once again, speed and crit damage wherever we can. Boots not fully maxed out because we don't want him to be too quick, because we need Sunday Phainon going before him once he gets Bronya's speed buff. E0 as well. And then finally for our Robin, there we go, 3,850 attack, 122 speed as well, so not too much speed. Sadly don't quite hit the 4k attack, but it's fine. S5 of the event Light Cone traces, fully maxed out basically, other than the basic and a HP trace, and then also 2-piece attack with 2-piece speed so that we can run attack boots as well, and then also on the Vonwak set alongside E0. So yeah, that's it for our character builds. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I mean, the final run was just insanely impressive in my opinion. Hope you guys enjoyed. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time.